Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another one, if you blinked, you missed it. This is VIN0679. This is a 2016 083, which is ultra white with LA20 black interior. For sale in Dallas, Fort Worth, Grapevine. 130,000 miles for $43,500, and it sold in under an hour. I got the notification when it popped up for sale, got screenshots of everything, and when I went back to go over everything, it had already sold. So let's see how they did on their purchase. Production statistics, 648 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49 were ultra white. Of those, 266 had LA20 black interior. 11.33% of all of the US 49 production everywhere except Hawaii was this color combo. So like a 1, maybe a 2 out of 10. It is the second most common color on these. So white with red is the most common, white with black is the second most. For 2016, 372 out of the 1,418 cars were ultra white, and of those, 148 had LA20 black interior. So at its rarest, this car is one of 148. So this car was built December 15th of 2015. Its in-service date was November 22nd of 2016, so a little over a year. Engine 2063811, and it has options Mark Levinson, most of them had it, orange calipers, V2, which is glass brake sensors, and comfort and convenience package Z2, which is the trunk mat, the cargo net, wheel locks, key gloves, things like that. Carfax, Epic VIN, and Auto Check. My 2024 Carfax shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. 2026, 2-owner, no accident car. Epic VIN shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car, and of course Auto Check also shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car, Louisiana and Texas car, so no issues there with the ownership, southern driven car. Previous sales, this car first went on sale in January of 2016 in Louisiana, $88,000, and it sold as a lease at the end of 2016, so like the end of November, early December, so almost a year for sale, and then in August of 2017, so they didn't keep it too long, in Louisiana, $67,000 with about 5,000 miles, and it sold in October of 2017, so just a couple months, to a buyer in Texas. And then here it is, August 7th of 2026, today is August 8th, in Texas with 130,000 miles for $43,500 with a $0 lifetime powertrain warranty. And I'm not sure how I didn't look at the details on this one, but it has to be serviced there, oil change there, etc., if that's the case. But if you get somebody like me that drives 166 miles a day, this would make perfect sense. Take full advantage of that. But as I said, it sold within an hour of listing. I don't know exactly how quick, but it sold very quickly. So now to the photos. The exterior, I can tell that it has paint protection film on the front and like a half coverage on the fenders and the hood. And it looks like the full bumper along with the carbon fiber trim. So if this is original, I would probably look at wanting to replace that. It doesn't look too yellowed, so it probably hasn't sat out a lot. You know, maybe somebody had it in a parking garage when they drove it to work or something like that. But it has paint protection film, and it looks like it's doing its job, and it did its job. I don't see any chips or anything on the front. Everything looks really good as far as the exterior goes. I do see, looking at the front brakes, you can see a pretty good sized lip on the front rotors, so it probably needs at a minimum front brakes. Hard to see on the condition of the tires, so inspect those carefully. Of course, now this car is sold, so just these cars either need brakes or tires or both, almost always when they come up for sale, and so this one definitely looks like it needs at least brakes. As far as the interior goes, this car has 130,000 miles, so it has a lot of wear on the center armrest. Looks like some stains or something. You can replace that piece for about $300 or $400, or if you can replace the entire bracket and everything, it's about $500. It's easier to do it that way, that's why I say that. But center console and the carbon fiber trim on both front doors is delaminating, and that's about it. The seats have a few little creases in the leather, but the rest of the touch points look pretty good. So I would say overall, it looks commensurate with a car with 130,000 miles that's 10 years old. I mean, it looks really well taken care of, but you can tell it's been used. And I guess the other thing I see is the driver's side door handle grab. You see a pretty significant amount of wear there. The Alcantara is starting to wear off, and that's, as time goes on, I'm starting to see that a lot more, so I'm paying closer attention to things like that. But you can still buy the door panel. It's not inexpensive, but it's about $1,000. you can still buy that piece if that concerns you, or you could take it to an upholstery repair or something like that, shop to fix that. But that's just something I'm making you aware of. But I would say overall, it looks like a great car. It has bonus points for me because it has paint protection film. I'm a huge advocate for paint protection film. We used to install it here in our shop. Both of my cars have it, and we replaced the PPF on both of them when we bought it. So as far as the price goes, this car is right in line with where I would expect to see it in this market for this mileage, if even slightly low. Like mid 40s is where I would expect to see it if it needed nothing. And it's not quite the case with this. I think it needs a couple things to bring it up to date for service, which we'll get into here in a minute. But I would say overall, I'm not surprised at all at $43,500 that it sold as quick as it did. So now into the service history. This car is well serviced, but it's not well dealer serviced. There are several quick car lube and change, things like that. So like oil changes, brake fluid flushes, things like that. And I don't see anything about tires, so it could have been done at places like Costco or Discount Tire where they don't really report to Carfax. So not a lot to go on there, but it is at least getting regular oil changes, and it's well documented there. So as far as the dealer service history goes, the first entry of note is October of 2017. At 5,500 miles, they changed the brake pad compound to the alternative compound, so it's less noisy. It's not less dusty, it's just less noisy. And so that was a common complaint on some of the 16s and 17s, and really they offered it for the rest of the years as well, but typically on the 16s that had a really aggressive compound when they started, and a lot of people switched over to the quieter compound, just not quite as aggressive. April of 2018, the JLB recall was done. December of 2018, the low pressure fuel pump is reprogrammed. So that's the humming or buzzing you hear in the back seat. That's really common on the 16s. 68,000 miles in August of 2022. The 60,000 mile service was offered and recommended, but it was declined. They did do front pads and rotors there. So the rotors on the car now could potentially have almost 60,000 miles on them. Maybe the pads have been replaced once or twice. If those are original, but there's a pretty good lip on those front rotors, and they recommended rear brakes there, and it was not done. So that is at almost 70,000 miles. December of 2023 at 90,000, they finally did the spark plugs. So the 60,000 mile service, at least the spark plugs, it was done about 30,000 miles late. So what's not done? Inspect the tires closely. Looks like it needs brakes. That's pretty typical. Valley plate inspection, didn't see anything about replacing or resealing the valley plate. So at this mileage and this age, I would not be surprised if the valley plate's leaking. ZLZ, the replacement for the sticky dash, it is good until November 22nd of 2026. So you have a couple more months to get that addressed. And this car's been a lifelong Louisiana and Texas car. Would not be surprised if the dash is sticky, but it's still covered for a couple more months free of charge. The KLG has not been done. That is the GPS location reporting incorrectly. It's no longer free for a fix, but you can get it reprogrammed if the navigation or anything else is acting up on this car. Carbon fiber trim, front doors are delaminating. The others, there's no replacement as of at the dealer, but it's not to say it hasn't been replaced before, or it still hasn't yet delaminated. I would probably replace the paint protection film, as I touched on earlier. Coolant, normally due at 100,000 miles, no evidence of that. So if you can't prove that it's been done, I would probably go ahead and do it, along with inspecting the drive belt and the radiator hoses, things like that, the rubber parts when it starts getting this mileage. Transmission service and TVD service, don't see anything on those. And the car now has 40,000 miles on the spark plug since they were replaced. You know, typically you want to keep it at 60,000, 120,000, something like that if you're going to stay in line with the maintenance. So the plugs were done late, but if you're going off the mileage, you still have about another 20,000 miles before the spark plugs need to be replaced again. So it's got a couple things that need to be caught up, not too terrible, kind of the typical things you'd usually see, fluids, brakes, things like that. But I would say overall, it looks like a pretty solid buy. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? Absolutely. This price, I am not surprised that it sold very quickly. And, you know, congrats to the buyer. If you bought it, it sounds like a pretty solid buy on this end. Just needs a little bit of catching up overall. But I would say it's a great example, great for a driver car, and it's a Southern driven car, so you don't have to worry about corrosion and things like that underneath. Looks like a pretty good buy. So whoever bought it, congrats. And this is VIN 0679. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.